Then my first time on set, as far as me acting, was I did this short film with these college kids from LSU called what the hell is the name of that? I can't remember. I'm high, but it was no Bloody Trail. That's what it was. Blood Trail. Blood Trail. I don't know where it's at. I have it somewhere on DVD, and one of my partners got it. I know for sure. Probably my partner Jason. Jason, if you see this, see if you got Blood Trail in the DVD bin. So that was cool. Like I went audition for that, and I started this tradition that every time I go on the audition, I smoke a black and mild and call my mama. I talked to my mama until I get there, because I used to be nervous as hell. So, we did the audition. And I didn't even know I did a good job. I just was acting, and I was like, doing my thing. And it was, everything I said was funny to them. I don't know why. A lot of people do that, but like everything is funny. So he hired me. It was like basically like a low budget Grand Theft Auto movie. But it was cool though. You know what I'm saying? After that, I don't know if y'all ever seen Breakout Kings. That was a show. I got on that. It was about prisoners escaping from jail. And let me tell y'all how I fucked up my big break. My first chance had a big break. Get to the set. Breakout Kings is at this Baton Rouge juvenile detention center, like a jail. I get there, who I see? Stanley. Thank God. I was like, I know somebody I know. Thank God. So I stuck by his side like flies to shit. And so, we got to the prison, we had the prison clothes on. And they got a nice little shot of me sitting down, but the director, which was Clark Johnson, he been in a lot of shit. Like, if you know him, you see him. He black. But he was the director. I was like, man, that's your boy, man. And I was so nervous. He was like, he walked up to me. He was like, you look like a big cornbread eating motherfucker. Man, I need you to get up and go attack him in the scene. And I'm like, you talking to me? He was like, yeah. And I'm like, shit. So when he yelled action, I went and walk up to the jail, the little white dude. And I ain't do nothing. I just stood there and then I walked off. And he was like, nah, come back. He was like, I want you to rattle him up a little bit. And I was like, okay, action. I just stood there. I was scared as a motherfucker. But that was all like Fox and shit. Man, that could have been my break. That could have been my big break. So I was like, man. But I got a little shot. So I wasn't tripping. So then did Badasses 3 with Danny Glover and Danny Trejo. Nigga, that was one of the worst. Because we stood there. That was in Port Allen. And it was cold and raining. It was so fucking cold. And like, not on my set, but on some people's set, they treat extras like shit. So you got motherfuckers, probably like 20 of us. And I'm probably like 24, but I had to shave my beard off and act like I was in high school. That was the first time I ever shaved my beard off, and I looked like a fat little kid. And I haven't done it since. Like, it's probably been 10 years. I think I've always had a beard since. But I look just like my son. So we sitting under the tent. Man, it's cold as a motherfucker. So they had one big heater, and we all stood by it, and we sat on like milk crates and shit. So then we eating. I walk up in the motherfucker. They walk up in the motherfucker. Who I see? James from Good Times. I said, God damn, that's James from fucking Good Times. This nigga probably about 6'4". I'm 6'2". I'm a big nigga. So James from Good Times was towering me. Yeah, him and Danny Trejo was fucking probably about 5 foot. I won't put his business out, but he probably about 5 foot. No, this dude was so small, bro. I said, God, this is Machete? I said, I can kick Machete's ass. And Danny Glover, but he, he's a little older, so he was still kind of frail, so, motherfuckers had to get his food for him and shit. But, like, not because he was sick, but because he's Danny Glover. Danny Glover eating with us. And that chick, Lonnie Love, she was there, too. That used to be on the VH1, I Love the 90s and all that shit. She was there, too. She act just like how she act on the screen. But that one was cool. I got paid like $135 something. But they had some fire-ass food, though. They had like steaks and all kinds of shit. And they let us take to-go-home plates. So I was like, yeah, this is my kind of life. So then I did Nola Circus. And that was some French dude. I don't know what the hell that dude was saying. When I played the cop, he was just like, yeah, you just arrest these people and make a face. So I got that. Trying to think what else. Oh, and the haunted house, the slave shit. Like, I got into that because at that time I had stopped doing other people's acting and started doing just my shit. So I was directing Diva, and when Landon went the lead actor, he was like, "Yeah, man, I'm about to get ready to go on this gig, man." And he was like, "They need extra people. It's right there in La Plaza if you want to do it." I said, "Yeah, what is it?" And he was like, yeah, man, it's about like being a slave. And I was like, what the fuck? Because Landon is light-skinned as a motherfucker. So I'm like, who the fuck are you playing? So, I was like, man, I don't know, man. Because I always said I wouldn't play no slave. Like, but I was like, he was like, man, they paid $50. I was like, $50? Okay, I'll take it. So I went there. Once again, it was the big motherfucker thing all over again. You a big dude. I'm gonna get you to kill a master. I was like, hell yeah. To you actors out there, like your physical features can get you shit. Like, like if you so happen to be 5 foot and you a dude and they just so happen to be looking for somebody at 5 foot, might change your life. Like it sucks for auditions. I'm 6'2". I'm a big burly country nigga. So to me, I gotta be a little more mindful on the auditions I get because you already know what I'm playing: bodyguard, cop, henchman, shit like that. They don't want me to play Ghost. They want me to play the big nigga, big grimace or something like that. Like because of my size, they don't even care if I can act or not. But like what me and Stan always say. I mean, we went to school for this. We're theater trained. Like I'm Shakespeare trained. Like I started off doing plays. We'll get into that later. But at one point I was like, man, I'm too good to do this shit. I ain't doing this. But I was like, man, I'm taking this shit. I'll get to kill slave masters. I got $50 and we got a Chick-fil-A buffet. I said that was a win for sure. But after that, I stopped doing extra work. Just cause like I'm not against it, but I think it's one of them. Unless you're like a professional extra, I feel like that's just one of those like things you just move up to the next level to. Like you start off doing that, and then you go to the next level. I mean, but I'm saying that, but they had the Sinners auditions, and I ain't even go with my dumb ass. I should have went to that at least. I didn't know it was gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? Cause like most of the time when you doing casting, you don't put the name of the project. You put it a code name or something. And they had grilled cheese as the code name. And I was like, grilled cheese? And they was looking for thugs. And I said that was like the only thing that fit my age and physical trait range. And they was looking for thugs and shit. I was like, man, I ain't playing this no fucking grilled cheese being no thug. So when I see the movie and I see the thugs was dancing and shit, I was like, damn, I didn't know I was gonna be doing that. I would have did that shit. So just be mindful on that, for all you actors out there because, yeah. And so, then I started doing my own projects, and it's easier like that. I get to be the Ghost, the Will Smith guy in my own shit, because I'm writing it. But that's like for shows and shit, like the Jesse Show. I could do that. That's like my Martin, my Fresh Prince. That's because I wanted to watch it. That's why I made the Jesse Show, because I wanted to watch it. I wanted to have something to watch on TV. So, but with movies, I can't. It's kind of hard for me to be the lead. I take a lower role when I do movies because I need more time to focus on directing. You know what I'm saying? When I do the Jesse Show, I direct as I go because it's comedy. It's 30 minutes, short, easy. But a movie, shit. That's just too much on my plate. So that's how I do that. It's not hard, but it is. It's hard. Let me not stop lying. Let me stop lying. It's hard as a motherfucker. So if you think that you look at me and be like, damn, Jesse does this easy. It's not like that. I'm fucking scared as shit. I just good at hiding it. I'm on my 5th second chance right now. Shit, you know what I'm saying? So, but that's all I got for today. I guess I'll leave you with my top 5. That's what I'm gonna do every episode. So my top 5 directors and actors. Well, no, just directors. No, just actors. Fuck it. Spike Lee, of course. But the only thing about Spike, I love Spike Lee. Don't get it twisted. But when I got older, I started to learn more from other directors. Because when I was a kid, it was just strictly Spike Lee, John Singleton. That's it. And that's what I tried to emulate, but it just didn't go that way. And I realized I was more like Robert Townsend and Keaton Ivory Wayans. Because the Wayans raised me and my family. Like my mom used to always have to yell at me to go to bed because I used to stay up and watch the Wayans brothers. And she'd be like, the Wayans brothers got a job. You ain't got no job. Now go to bed. Like, man, come on, man. They raised us. So I didn't realize how much of the influence they have on me. So like I said, Spike Lee was my goal, but as I got older, Robert Townsend, number 2, John Singleton for sure. That's really my goal because I wanted to be just like him. I wanted to go to SC like him, USC like him, film school, everything. That's my goal. Rest in peace, baby. And then we got Quentin Tarantino, of course. That's my underball right there. Like I learned a lot from him too. The only problem is a lot of us brothers and sisters don't watch Quentin Tarantino movies. So if I kind of like borrow something from him, they wouldn't even know. You gotta be a fan of his to really get if I something that inspired me in the movie. And Robert Townsend for sure. That's what I feel like I most like. And he he did a lot of movies that people don't know. Like he did Carmen with Beyonce. He did Babs, Dear Man, 5 Heartbeats. He did a lot of stuff. He did Holiday Heart. Like a lot of people don't know that. And then my five, what's that five? Ike, Quentin, Robert. Oh yeah, it's five. My last one, oh shit. I'm probably gonna go with probably like Martin Scorsese, I guess, because I seen all his shit. Now I really don't emulate nothing from him because I feel like we make two different types of films, but I do appreciate his films though. So that's my top five. So next week we're gonna bring in a special guest. I'll let you know when I find out who it is.